Pitbull tend to gas out. Like, if he can keep up with getting punched and throwing the motherfuckers back for 12 rounds, I would definitely tilt my hat to them for sure. Like, because it's gonna be like it's gonna be a real long one.
This fight has put Lamont Roach in a weird spot. Lamont Roach looks like he's going to be fighting Pitbull. I can understand why Lamont Roach is pissed. He's going to go up and fight Pitbull. Y'all don't understand. This is rough.
Pitbull's good. He's a dog, but I'm not a big believer in him. I went to that fight when he fought Ryu, and he outboxed him, outclassed him. I think Roach does the same thing.
Again, but styles makes fights, because Lamont Roach also got beat up by Jamal Herring pretty bad.
Yeah,
Jamal Herring.
I mean, that was shocking to me to see.
Yeah.
Sort of hit his, I think Cruz sort of hit his ceiling. He's physical, and I think the fight is not easy because Lamont is not one of these boxers that is in and out and uses that distance and bases his style off that distance. So he's in the contact zone.
Well, the dog catcher special is a traditional Mexican dish. It's served on a bed of quicksand. It doesn't move, and it's an easy target to pick apart for your liking.
Hey, look, fool, that do sound nice. You hear me? I add another notch on my belt, if you get what I'm saying. Or I can bring the belt out to him. It just, I don't know. What do you think? I think that's a nice choice.
He said it with fire. Lamont Roach Jr. isn't just coming to fight, he's coming to break Pitbull Cruz. In his latest interview, Roach made it clear that this isn't just another payday, it's a statement fight. He promised that when the first bell rings, he'll deliver a beating no one's seen before. The way he said it, fans could feel the conviction. This wasn't hype, it was confidence that had been brewing for months.
That you're the one that's able to really show the world that Pitbull can get put on his ass and go to sleep. Why do you feel that you can tame the dog?
Because I'm one of them. Like, I'm really a dog. Like, I'm really one of the dogs that's in that ring. And people gonna see December 6th. Like, I'm in dog shape. Like, I ain't just in regular. I'm in like 15 years.
Roach called himself the better dog, mocking Pitbull's nickname. He said if Cruz somehow survives 12 rounds and wins, he'll tip his hat out of respect, but he doubts that moment will ever come. For him, this is about dominance. He believes Pitbull may bite, but he doesn't bite smarter.
And Pitbull tend to gas out. Like, if he can keep up with getting punched and throwing the motherfuckers back for 12 rounds, I would definitely tilt my hat to them for sure. Like, because it's gonna be like it's gonna be a real long one.
You think you can discourage him? Because I know he fights, I want to say one-dimensional, but even if he seems to be losing, he's still going to be coming forward. So do you think somewhere along the line that you can discourage him somehow?
I mean, if y'all pay attention, you see in the Ryu fight, like how he had little lapses of just like, you know, like not coming forward and backing up just a little bit because he couldn't figure it out. Like, he couldn't, and he was still coming forward, but still getting punched on.
Before this fight was finalized, Roach had been chasing Shakur Stevenson. When that matchup slipped away, he turned toward Pitbull, a challenge he believes is perfect for this stage of his career. He sees Cruz as dangerous but limited, powerful but too predictable. Roach says this is the fight that will show who he really is.
Well, you know, we had a few options on the table, seeing which way we was going to go. I think our main target and main focus was actually to, you know, fight Shakur Stevenson, who's obviously one of the better or best fighters in the world. And, you know, that just didn't fall through. I think he had some other business with Tiafimo, so I hope that fight happens because I know that's, like, you know, a very fruitful fight for him and one that I think he'll win. But so that fell out, and then we have, you know, some other options, and it's just like, all right, we're gonna see. But ultimately, we picked Pitbull Cruz because one, he's a champion, interim champion at 140, and that's another notch on my belt.
But while Roach talks with heat, not everyone's convinced he can back it up. Showbiz the Adult, known for his unfiltered takes, questioned Roach's position entirely. He said Roach has stepped into a dangerous zone, one that could expose him more than elevate him. According to Showbiz, just because Roach once trained for fighters like Gervonta Davis doesn't mean he's ready for Cruz. The challenge, he said, is different. Rawer, harder, more violent.
This fight has put Lamont Roach in a weird spot. Lamont Roach looks like he's going to be fighting Pitbull. I can understand why Lamont Roach is pissed. He's going to go up and fight Pitbull. Y'all don't understand. This is rough. He could best around and lose this fight. The guy came from 130 already going up to fight Tank, and we were like, dude, Tank fighting down, he making somebody come, oh man, he bullies Tank, right? He beats Tank, make Tank take a knee. Fine. Then go up against Pitbull. I'm telling you, bro. I don't know for sure if he's a fantastic fighter. It seems like he is, but I can't tell from one fight because none of us were saying this his entire career. One fight, he beats Tank and got robbed. All of a sudden, it's an easy fight, him and Pitbull.
Shoub is warned that stepping in with Pitbull isn't like facing a slick boxer such as Shakur Stevenson. It's a storm. Pitbull doesn't wait. He walks through fire and forces his opponent to burn with him. Shoub believes if Roach doesn't control the rhythm early, he'll be swallowed by that pressure.
I can't say that for sure. He may just be tailor-made and perfect against Tank. This is a weird position for Lamont Roach, and you guys just acting like it's nothing. I'm saying, bro, this could be something. Let Pitbull beat on him. His first time at 140. Y'all just be like, watch. And I gotta give Lamont Roach a lot of credit because it ain't Shakur Stevenson. This is Pitbull. Just a dangerous fight, man. I'd be pissed too if I was Lamont Roach.
And he's not the only one raising eyebrows. Ryan Garcia also gave his take, and it wasn't flattering for Roach. He said the matchup looks good on paper, but in reality, Pitbull has the edge. Garcia thinks Roach's style might work against someone like Gervonta, where patience and countering matter, but against Cruz, it's a recipe for disaster.
No, I mean, it's a good matchup. I would give my personal opinion what I think. I think Isaac Cruz could beat Lamont Roach.
Why?
I think Lamont Roach had the perfect style for Gervonta Davis. I just don't think Lamont Roach is that good of a fighter. He's had one good performance against Gervonta, but to me, you put him in there, any of these other guys, I don't think he's going to have that good of a performance. People were expecting him to get beat up by Gervonta. That's why people give him so much credit. But he didn't.
Garcia simply doesn't see Roach at the top level. He believes most elite fighters in the junior welterweight division would trouble him, and Cruz with his relentless attack could be too much to handle. He pointed out that Roach often looks sharp when opponents give him space, but against a pressure fighter, things get messy fast.
You think Lamont Roach won the fight?
I do believe that.
Lamont won that fight, but I'm going with Roach. I think he wins. Pitbull's good. He's a dog, but I'm not a big believer in him. I went to that fight when he fought Ryu and he outboxed him, outclassed him. I think Roach does the same thing.
Again, but styles mix fights, because Lamont Roach also got beat up by Jamal Herring pretty bad.
According to Garcia, Pitbull won't give him that space. He'll hunt him down from the opening bell, and once he lands a few big shots, the tone of the entire fight could change. Still, there are other fighters who view this clash differently.
Jamal Herring.
I mean, that was shocking to me to see.
Yeah.
A guy that Jamal Herring beats, and then he goes, I thought Gervonta Davis was going to just slice through Lamont Roach. I was shocked by that. I think this is a coin flip fight. I don't think Cruz is at his best right now. I think it's going to be a good fight, too.
Yeah, I think it is a coin flip. I agree with you. Pitbull, bigger, stronger. Lamont Roach, a better boxer, in my opinion. A little more wrinkle in his game.
Paoli Malignaggi, a veteran with years of experience in and outside the ring, called it one of the most physically demanding fights of the year. He said both fighters bring different weapons to the table. Cruz with his pressure and Roach with his technical discipline. Paoli thinks the fight could easily turn into a war full of shifts and surprises.
But you know, when you're a catch and shoot guy against a bigger puncher, sometimes that catching can also become uncomfortable as well. So I think there can be ebbs and flows in the fight that, yeah, it can make it physically demanding, because it's a fight where I think there's not going to be a lot of space in between them. I think it's going to be a contact fight. You know, I think Roach is the more talented guy, maybe the more refined boxer, but Cruz, for being a rough and tumble guy, isn't completely, you know, without his own technique. You know, he's got some kryptonite if you do certain things, but I'm not sure Lamont does those things. You know, I think if you're available to him, Cruz makes it very physical. You know, obviously Lamont is not shot. We saw him put on a great performance against Davis.
But he also questioned whether Pitbull still has that same flame that once made him so feared. Paoli suggested that Cruz might have already reached his physical ceiling. He's tough, yes, but that hunger, that spark, might not be the same anymore. Roach, on the other hand, seems hungrier than ever.
I think Cruz sort of hit his ceiling. He's physical, and I think the fight is not easy because Lamont is not one of these boxers that is in and out and uses that distance and bases his style off that distance. So he's in the contact zone, and a physical guy, if he can get to you, can remain confident. I think there's going to be, you know, Cruz's effort, Cruz's bigger punching power, but also Lamont's catching and shooting.
Paoli believes that gives Roach a real chance. If Roach uses movement, timing, and smart counters, he could frustrate Cruz and make him swing wild. That's where Roach could take over. But if Roach stands too long in front of him, Paulie warned Cruz will turn the ring into a brawl, and Roach might not like that kind of fight. Paulie also gave Roach some advice: stay composed when Cruz starts applying pressure, because when Pitbull finds momentum, he becomes unstoppable. He's like kryptonite to calm, calculated fighters. Once he gets rolling, it's hard to stop him.
But I think some of the things we've noticed in Cruz's style, if he's able to back you up and if he's able to physically touch you, we think of the Gamboa fight, or we think of the Rolly Romero fight, he starts to make you very, very uncomfortable. So I think it's very important for Roach in his own style not to allow Cruz to get into a momentum where he starts getting backed up. Otherwise, it could be more and more difficult, because once Cruz starts backing you up and he knows he's commanding the fight in that way, he grows confidently and he also feels like he gets stronger.
For Roach to win, Paulie said he must never let Cruz feel comfortable. He has to break his rhythm early and keep him guessing. If he doesn't, the fight could turn into a long, painful night. Trainer Greg Hackett also chimed in, and his view added another layer. Hackett loves this matchup, calling it an old-school throwback fight. He said Roach has underrated composure and won't panic under pressure. If someone tries to push him, Roach pushes right back. Hackett called it an 80s-style showdown, all heart, toughness, and grit. He believes Roach's timing and precision could surprise people, but he also acknowledged that Pitbull's pressure is brutal. He said once Cruz starts pressing, there is no easy way out. Roach will have to match fire with focus.
Lamont has the ability, but Lamont got like a thing about him. You try to press him, he's not gonna let you just press him. And guess what? Eastside Cruz are all pressure. So we talking about an old school rumble right there. That's an old school, they gonna get it in. That's gonna look like some shit from the 80s, for sure. But guess what?
Still, Hackett admires Roach's approach. He said Roach doesn't just move, he moves with purpose. Every step is intent. That's what makes him dangerous. If he can stay sharp, keep the distance, and make Pitbull miss, the fight could swing his way. But if he gets caught in the corner, things could unravel quickly.
Lamont take that fight with Eastside Cruz and beat him, Lamont is like for sure one of the guys. Eastside Cruz never been easy for anybody. So I love that fight. I love the Gary Russell fight more, but if you fight Eastside Cruz, I understand.
As December approaches, the excitement is building. Fans are already calling this one of the most explosive matchups of the season, and the location isn't set yet, but the deal is done and the countdown has begun. Roach says he's ready to shock the world, and Cruz meanwhile remains quiet. The kind of silence that says everything. He has seen fighters talk big before, and most of them don't last long when the bell rings.
Well, the dog catcher special is a traditional Mexican dish. It's served on a bed of quicksand. It doesn't move, and it's an easy target to pick apart for your liking.
Hey, look, fool, that do sound nice. You hear me? I add another notch on my belt, if you get what I'm saying. Or I can bring the belt out to him. It just, I don't know. What do you think? I think that's a nice choice.
Well, I really like that option for you. That's one of my personal faves. But whatever you think is best for you on this, I think you can handle it.
I'm going to go with the dog catcher special right here. And December 6th, live from San Antonio, Texas, I will be fighting Isaac Pitbull Cruz on pay-per-view for the WBC interim lightweight champion of the world.
The tension between them has been growing ever since Roach's fiery comments hit social media. Fans took sides instant. Some called Roach brave for stepping up, others called him reckless for calling out one of the division's hardest hitters. But that's the beauty of boxing. The truth always shows up inside the ropes. Roach believes that in his moment, he's been training for years for a stage like this, and he's convinced Pitbull is the right opponent to prove he belongs with the elite. For him, it's not just about winning, it's about erasing doubt.
The thing that he does well is punch hard for all 12 rounds. That's about it. He has a lot of people don't know that he has a good sense of timing. Like, if you actually look at it, like we study him. So like he has a good sense of timing that probably some people don't pick up on until they probably either get hit with one of those shots, and by the time you get hit with one of those shots, it's a little too late.
Pitbull, on the other hand, is looking to remind everyone why he's one of the most feared fighters in the sport. He's not technical like Shakur or Tank, but he's got something you can't teach, ferocity, and he plans to use it. When the bell rings, there will be no interviews, no predictions, no noise, fists, and truth.
Lamont, you are very confident coming into this fight, deservedly so, but in a recent interview you said that you believe you're going to be the first man to stop Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Why so?
Like you said, I'm confident. I'm confident in my work, man. Like any other fight, it's not just Pitbull. It's like any fight. I'm always looking to hurt, demolish, stop any opponent. Like I look for that opportunity every single time in the ring. So ain't nothing changed. Like that's what I'm going to try to do. Like if it doesn't present itself, then it won't. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to do.
If Roach can survive that pressure and turn it into a chess match, he might just walk out with a career-defining victory. But if Cruz catches him early and forces him into a dogfight, the outcome could be brutal. The boxing world is split. Some see this as the rise of Lamont Roach Jr., others see it as another Pitbull masterpiece in the making. One thing's for sure, this fight won't be quiet. It'll be chaos, fast hands, heavy pressure, and heart on full display.
But real quick, on this show, The Ring, we promote our own fighter, right? And you said you moving up in weight. Well, we got a special guy here with us, Ryan Garcia. Could that be a possibility?
Yeah, it could be a possibility for sure.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
A lot of money, two good fighters.
Let's do it. That's a big fight for sure.
For sure.
What's that look like, though?
Big boy.
You know what it looks like. You know what?
What's that look like, though?
He definitely can't make
140.
40.
I can't make 140.
So wait, Lamont,
I don't think he can make 40.
so would you go up to welterweight if you beat Pitbull and Ryan Garcia is sitting there saying,
No,
come
I'm
on,
not
Lamont
gonna lie.
Roach, you go up to 47?
Why not?
But why not? That's
Okay,
all I'm saying. Why not?
Okay, let's do it then. I like
for
that.
sure.
I like
As both camps prepare for December, fans wait for the night when talk turns into punches. Roach has promised to prove he's the better dog. Pitbull has promised to show why his bite is feared. And when that bell first rings, there will be no backing out, only truth, blood, and the battle for pride. That is all from us for today. Now it is your turn. What do you think about this fight, and who do you think will raise his hand as a winner? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest drama, rivalry, breakdown, and predictions here